Hi you guys, and welcome back to another vlog. I am very excited to be introing this video today because it finally means that we are officially moving. So this has been a long time coming. I've been sharing this in my vlogs. I know a lot of people kind of tune in specifically for moving vlogs because a lot of people like them or just getting the updates. So just to kind of travel back in time, because I have still been getting some questions whenever I post stuff about like saying goodbye to this house, blah, blah, blah. People are like, wait, you're moving again? So I did make an entire video back in January. I'll link it up here. It was a Q&A and I kind of explained why we were moving, but I kind of even have an update from that point in time. So we found out back in August. So we had only lived here for two and a half months. And we found out in August from my landlord who actually lived in this house before us, and she owns this house. She bought it, lived here, and then wanted to rent it out and moved away. Okay, so she told us back, sorry, we're really getting into it today. She told us back in August that of course we could ride out our 1-year lease because we signed a year-long lease, but at the end of our lease, which would be on May 31st, that she was gonna either sell the house or move back in. So we have known from that point, and we kind of decided that we would start looking at places in January. My landlord has been super cool. I think she's actually gonna end up selling the house. I don't think she's gonna end up moving back in, but either way, it was one of those options. And she told us, of course, we could stay until the end of our lease, or if we wanted to move out at any time before that, if we found something before that, we would have no penalty. We didn't even have to give her a 30 days notice. We just had to like let her know if we found something else in that time window. So we've been looking at places since January. So this vlog is going to be touring houses with us. Just a couple things up top. We are still renting. We are really hoping that this next house, if everything goes good with it, that this will be hopefully our last time renting. I mean, I can't say for sure, but we would love to buy a house after this house. So since January, we have toured, I think, 7 houses. Now, since I did an entire moving vlog series last year, and I didn't think we were gonna be moving again this year, that obviously came out of the blue. I kind of like did it up last year. We did tons of moving vlogs and a lot of you guys really liked that, but I do feel like it could be a little repetitive with doing all of that again in like less than a year. So I kind of asked you guys, I have posted some polls on Instagram, Patreon, YouTube, just kind of like getting the vibe of what you guys want to see. So I'll put those on the screen as far as what you guys said, and the overwhelming majority was like, give us the moving vlogs. I don't really think it's going to be as many vlogs as I did last year, which was probably like 7 or 8 moving vlogs. I feel like it's going to end up being maybe like 4 or 5, but I would say like 90% of people were like, we just want to see all of it. So I figured anyone that doesn't want to or doesn't want to watch certain parts of the vlogs can just skip those ones, of course. And I'm just gonna do it because I know a lot of people, including me, love a good moving vlog series. So that brings me to today's vlog, which is touring houses with us. So I do kind of narrate things a little bit throughout this video. I know it's a long one. The reason this tours vlog is so long is because I really did in-depth tours of the places, because everyone that I'm going to show you guys in this vlog, we got to actually do a self-guided tour. So I really got to just bring my big camera. We were in there, we were getting in all the like nooks and crannies. This vlog kind of takes you through everything. We ended up having a house that we were obsessed with that we didn't get. So this vlog kind of takes you through the whole process, the ups and downs of trying to find a place and having this period of time that we knew we had to be out by. But luckily by the end of this vlog, if you stick around until the end, you will find out where we're moving to. I decided to not include footage from just 2 of the places that we looked at because they really weren't even contenders. One of them we toured, the people were still living there, so I had to like film around their stuff and I just felt awkward uploading that to the internet. And the other one, we just had somebody take us around and it wasn't very good footage. I was just filming on my iPhone and we knew we weren't going to apply. So I just decided to leave those 2 out and show you guys the 5 main options that we really liked. So if you like moving vlogs and you want to see all of the moving vlog things this year, give this video a like to let me know, and leave me a comment down below letting me know what you like seeing the most in the moving process, because I would love to hear that and really put those things more into the vlogs this year. And I know I've really been yapping in this intro, so let's just go ahead and fast forward it. Actually, we're actually traveling backwards in time to January for this first house tour because that is when we started looking at places. So let's rewind and get into the tours. Okay, we are about to tour this house. Just pulled up and the neighborhood is under construction. So kind of like the neighborhood we live in now, which they're still building in. It's a new neighborhood and that's definitely something I'm gonna be considering. Just putting some things together like that. They're working on some houses right across the street from this house. So I'm gonna definitely keep that in mind because you never really know until you come see it, what the neighborhood is going to be like. And what, you know, obviously like the loudness is a huge factor. A new build, so I don't think anyone has lived here. I'm super excited to see it. The photos look really promising. Let's just go in because I could talk about it all day, but let's just go see if we like it. Jared is meeting me here, so he just pulled up behind me, but let's go. We're in. Look how pretty. This is the view from the backyard. The snowy mountains. Usually the fence would back up to like another house or, you know, the road or something, but this just backs up to this little sidewalk with grass, and then the other houses are super far away, which is so nice. There's like a little picnic table area over here. This is the yard. It's really nice. This is like obviously actual yard, which we don't have right now, which is something that we're definitely looking for. The only thing, which isn't really even much of a complaint, but there's nothing like covered out here, so we'd probably have to put something up. But look at this yard, you guys. Compared to what we have now, any grass is an upgrade. So this is actually really, really pretty, and I like that it just opens up to that path back there. Okay, this is the house. It's kind of dark in here right now because unfortunately we're fighting the end of daylight, but we have the floors. I feel like they're pretty cute. We've got a nice big window right here, and that's where we just went out in the backyard. There's sliding doors like what we have now. And then the kitchen, which is actually brown, but it's really, it's a lot of storage compared to what we have now. So that's crazy. Like I've literally never had this much kitchen storage. I really like the backsplash too. And there's a little window here. It's kind of a random location for a window, honestly, in between the cabinets, but I guess it's nice to get some extra light in here. The stove, and wow, that is like the fanciest microwave I've ever seen in my life. Look at this microwave. It doesn't even like have a door open. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh, okay. It's like a convection oven. Microwave, wow. That might be too fancy for me, y'all. The island feels like really close. I don't know if it's just me, it feels like super close to where I'm standing, but the island and the countertops, this is like really similar kind of vibe to what we have right now with the, isn't it fancy? I need to make like a point to look at all the storage in these places that we tour. I think it's kind of weird that their cabinets are white, but then it is like brown on the, I don't know. Very That's narrow. Kind of strange.
Not very deep.
Yeah, they are pretty narrow. At least that, is this one the same narrowness? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but at least you got a lot of them. They're really tall too, oh my gosh. Are ours this tall? I guess you can always move the shelves. Oh my, I can only reach out to the second one. That is crazy. This home is made for 12 people, you guys. But no, I need to check out all the storage. Oh, I love one of these. We do not have one of these right now, and it shows in our kitchen. Let's check out the fridge. It looks really similar to the one we have. Maybe a little bigger. Good size fridge. Ours is so tiny right now, so anything bigger is an upgrade. That's a little bit bigger. And what's the pantry like? Okay. Where's the light? I could definitely make it work. It's of course not as big as ours right now because no pantry is, but I could definitely make that work because there's so much kitchen storage. I feel like I didn't give the best view of the kitchen before, so there's a better little shot for you of the kitchen. The island is really like long. It's a lot longer, feels a lot longer than the one we have now. It's a 3 bedrooms, so let's go in this room. All the rooms are carpeted, I believe. Out to the yard, that's super nice. And I just do really like how, like, you know, the neighbors' houses are so far away. That's definitely a perk. Closet. Oh yeah, this must be the master. This is pretty big. I wish there was like some shelves and stuff, but it's pretty big though. Okay, I like it. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have carpet in the bedrooms, but it's really, really difficult to find that. So I'm just like accepting whatever comes as long as there's not carpet in the main area, like obviously in the kitchen and the living room. A little smaller than our bathroom we have now, but I feel like it has a good amount of storage. I really like the shower. It's super nice. I like the tile that they chose for the shower. I think that's really pretty neutrally, but it's textured, you know? Just the little toilet room, which doesn't have a door. That's actually something that, you know, is kind of important to me because Jared and I share the master, obviously, so it would be nice if there was a door there. So that's definitely something to think about. Not a huge thing, but you know what I mean. Jared's checking out the other parts of the house. He's already seen everything. Was that the master? I think it was. Okay. All right, then we have this room. Little closet here, pretty standard. Although it doesn't have any shelves. Tiny room though. Could be like the office or something. Pretty sunset, but yeah, you can see the construction they're doing right across the street. I don't know, they're decently far on it, but hard to say. Okay, let's check out the other room. We have this little hallway. Okay, we have the last bedroom, which is also pretty small. We have a 2-bedroom right now. So I think a 3-bedroom would be still a perk, even if the 2 rooms that aren't ours are smaller, as opposed to a 2-bedroom, just because it's nice having that extra space and being able to kind of divide the space a little bit more too. So we'd probably have like the room we have right now, guest room vibes, cozy, and then like more of an office style room or something if I had to guess. This room has 2 windows though. This is, you can see my car out there. And then you probably wouldn't get much light from this window, but I guess that's nice. Same closet vibe. That's the 3rd bedroom. I feel like this one was definitely a little bit bigger than the other one. And then lastly, I was gonna say a half bath, but it's actually a full bath because it has a shower. But this is like exactly like the bathroom we have that in our house right now. I feel like they could have made a little bit of a cuter mirror, but I like this, and it's pretty, you know, standard, I guess you could say. But I didn't show you guys, and I haven't looked at the laundry room, which has not the best light, so bear with me, but definitely a perk. Any house that has any sort of a separate laundry room with a door like we have right now, it's such a perk. This is pretty cute. Lots of storage. It's actually more than we have now, but it doesn't have the bar that we have right now, so I could always put something like that in for like drying clothes. But it does have a ton of cabinet storage, which you guys know how much I love storage. And it has a washer and a dryer, which was an issue for us with our lot when we toured places before. So many of them didn't come with a washer and a dryer, which we thought was so strange. So it's definitely a perk. I guess this is like the little mud room, which is actually kind of a bonus too, because we currently do not have that. Got a little bench, you put your shoes. It's actually really nice. And cubbies and little hooks. It's actually really nice that that's built in. I feel like we would definitely use that. I'm not sure which one of these is the garage. Oh, there's a little closet. Okay, thank God. So I was about to say, where is the hall closet in this place? So I definitely appreciate that. It's pretty small though. Like this is a lot smaller than the hall closet we have right now, but we would get an additional closet with the extra bedroom. So I feel like it actually ends up probably being more space. Okay, last thing. It's really loud out here with this going, so I'm not gonna stay out here for long, but it's your basic 2-car garage. Feels, for some reason it does feel a little smaller than our garage right now. I don't know if I'm just making that up. I just wanted to pop in here in the middle of the vlog and say that this year on my Patreon, I'm releasing all of my moving vlogs early and ad-free. So if that happens to interest you, seeing them, like, usually it's gonna be a day before. This one is just gonna end up being a few hours before because I'm excited to get it up. But usually it'll be like the day before it goes live on YouTube, and there will be absolutely no ads. So that is for my top 2 tiers on Patreon. The only tier that doesn't get access to videos is my mini podcast tier. And of course, whatever tier you join, you unlock all of the content from the past 5 years that I've been posting on Patreon. That is in that tier. So tons and tons of videos that are in that tier. I thought I would just share that for anybody that loves a good moving vlog. So if anyone's interested in that, that will be the top link down below in the description box. And let's go ahead and get back into the tours. We're touring another place today. So I also wanted to just like pop in and kind of chat a little bit because so last year in my last series of moving vlogs, what I did was I filmed everywhere we toured, and I didn't really give that many updates other than like in the moment. I wasn't really giving updates like after we toured places, and then at the end like of that whole vlog where I showed you guys everywhere we toured, I had you guys guess where you thought we picked. I thought that was kind of fun to do. Like then obviously we thought we would be in that house for longer, so it was kind of like, ooh, grand reveal, the house we picked. And this time I thought I would kind of do it a little bit differently. I thought I would actually just give you guys like real-time updates telling you what we liked and didn't like about the places that we're touring, and actually put the footage in order, and then by the end, you know, you'll know what house we're picking because I'll share that. We are basically looking for a place that is the same price as we have now or cheaper. We are not being flexible with our budget because this is not our forever home. We're going to be saving up to buy a house in this place. So my goal is actually cheaper than what we're paying now, but that's basically like the top of our budget because there honestly are other things that I think are more important to me than saving like a couple $100s a month, especially if I split that with Jared. I think having the fenced in yard and having an improvement in the yard we have now, because we don't actually have any grass, is probably one of the top things on my list. And other than that, I really don't care if it's like 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. I think I told you guys I want the main area to have all like hardwood or like fake hardwood floors. I don't want carpet in the main level or like the main living room kitchen kind of space, you know what I mean, like the common areas. So I need to go in because I scheduled this tour for 5 o'clock and it's 4:59. It is a self-guided tour, which I'm hoping I can do lots of these because I love a self-guided tour, specifically because I get to like film for you guys and it's not weird. I'm gonna go in here. I will say this is not like the available unit. I think this is one that they're showing people as an example. I did just find this neighborhood today. It does have a pool. It is pretty spacious, and they do have some homes in our budget that are 3-bedroom townhouses with apparently a fenced-in yard. It looks super, super small, but I feel like still having an area with grass for the dogs that's fenced in is such a perk. Let's go in and check out this place. I am alone today because Jared just got home from work and I told him, hey, you know, I'm just gonna go do this quick tour, and if I end up liking it, then we can actually like contact them about the available units. I know they have 2 that are in our price range right now, but anyway, let's just go and see if we even like it, and then we'll, you know, talk about our thoughts. When you turn around from the front door, you have a pretty long hallway entryway. It's my runway, but this is the first level of the house with like kitchen, living, dining. So I've actually already looked at everything and I sent Jared some videos. I do like it overall. There's some things that I don't like, but I actually think it's like not a bad deal. So after the little entryway, you have your little dining area, which our table is a little smaller than this, so I feel like it wouldn't look as crammed. I think it would fit nicely in here. Here's the kitchen. I think it's pretty cute. I do not love a dark counter. Why was I gonna say cabinet? I don't love it, but I do like the white. It has a white backsplash, which you guys know I like. I like a lighter kitchen, and I think overall the kitchen's pretty cute. I did go ahead and look through all like the cabinets and stuff, and one thing I noticed is it's probably like not as much storage as we have now, which could definitely be an issue. There's one really big drawer, which we have a ton of these right now, really big drawers, and the rest are just like smaller. And then I mean there is a good amount of actual cabinet space, I will say. Here's the sink. I'm not obsessed with the sink. I love our sink we have so much right now. I don't know, this just doesn't feel as cute, and I also don't really like the faucet. It's very flimsy, you guys. I don't know. That's honestly such a little thing. I could absolutely probably get past that, but here's the dishwasher. I think it's fine. Honestly, ours right now is nicer, but it's fine. We've got the fridge, which is a little bit bigger than ours right now, and I was obsessed with this. You guys, look, it says, please enjoy a refreshing beverage. I grabbed myself a LaCroix. How cute is that? I love that. It's a good size fridge and freezer. It's bigger than what we have now. Now, what's not bigger than what we have now, which I don't know if I'll ever even be able to find again because our pantry is so incredible right now, but this is the pantry. It is a pretty standard pantry, you know what I mean? At least it has a door that you can close off. It's better than having cabinets, like just kitchen cabinets for your pantry, so I do appreciate that they like put one at least. Okay, we'll go outside in a minute, but this is the living area. I think it's actually really cute and pretty spacious. It's so cute how they staged everything because you can really like picture it. So I like that, you know, they staged everything. And then the TV would also fit really nicely right there. So I love all of that. Okay, now here's the fenced backyard. I'm gonna try to be quiet when I go out here just because the neighbors' houses are so close. It's kind of raining right now, guys, so it's not the best vibes, but you get a little turf patch, which is like, this is basically exactly what we have right now. So it'd be nice being able to have that for the dogs, but I'm a little bit weirded out that they put these things at the top of the fence that you can like see in the neighbors. I just think it's super weird. I don't understand really the like benefit of doing that. I'm not sure if it was cheaper for them to do that, but I just think it's weird how you can come out here and if our neighbors were sitting at that table, we would have to say hi to them almost, or it would be like weird or not talk. So I think that weirds me out. There's this little area right here. It's obviously not cute because it's winter right now and it's wet outside. I think it's better than nothing, and we would be able to put our little couch. But yeah, I'm gonna ask them about if they have any units available that have a more private yard than this, because it looks like some of these don't have the same kind of fence. Okay, I felt so like exposed out there. I know I would hate that feeling because it is really important to me to have a more private feeling outdoor space, which we do have that right now, even though ours is really small and we don't have any real grass. At least it's private feeling. I cannot imagine going out to my yard and literally like seeing my neighbors sitting outside, because then it's just like, you have to like sit, like I said, it's just weird. You want it to feel private when you're out there. You don't want to feel like someone's watching you or someone can see you. Once again, this is not like the unit that we would be moving into, but I think this is like an example of what it would be. So I actually need to reach out to them about and inquire about that. Okay, let's finish off downstairs. That's the garage. I don't know why it's locked. So, but I mean, it's just a basic 2-car garage. So I feel like that's fine. And then we have a half bath in here, so no shower or anything, but there's 2 upstairs, which is great. We don't need any more than that. I think this is a super cute bathroom. And then we have a storage closet here, which they do have some staging stuff in here, but I thought that this could potentially, depending on what we would need it for, this could potentially be like extra pantry stuff, especially if we got a super tall vertical shelf. We could fit like extra pantry things that aren't immediate, which I have a lot of, like extra pantry backstock. We could fit it in here, but then I'm also thinking we'd probably need this space for like all of our storage. I also really like the floors in here, and I feel like there's good overall, like, I don't know, light energy vibes. It's probably just because they staged it, so it looks really nice with the curtains and everything. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's super cute. But let's go upstairs. So I actually like that the stairs are carpet, because for the dogs, they kind of can like slip and everything, so I think it's much better for the stairs to be carpet versus like, you know, this vinyl hardwood. Okay, so this is where it gets fun because this place is a 3-bedroom, but this is actually called the loft, and this is like a whole additional space that you could do an office. They have a desk over here. You could do an additional like fun room, you know, like basement vibes. I love how they have it staged. It's super cute, like a kid's playroom. But I just think that's so fun because you're honestly getting 4 bedroom spaces for the price of 3. I feel like this could be a really cute like office slash reading area with some cozy chairs or something like that. That is definitely a bonus like that I'm keeping in mind, is that we would get an additional space with the price, and it's not carpeted, which all the rooms are. So I feel like that's actually really, really nice too. Okay, let's go in the master. I thought this was so spacious. Oh my gosh, it's not the most amazing lighting, you guys. Sorry, it's like the sun is definitely going down, but look, this is a king size bed, and look how spacious it is with the huge nightstands, which that's about as wide as ours are, but then you get this whole additional side of the room. This is definitely bigger than our room now. We could even potentially fit a little bench like this, which would be so nice. And I don't honestly mind the carpet in here. I can be very offended by rental carpets, and I actually feel like it blends in super well too with the color of the floors. Okay, here's the master bath. It's like the same. I really wish they did white, but it is what it is, y'all. I guess at least it's something different. I thought it was cute that there was a tiny little window in here. I don't know, it's like nice to be able to get some natural light going, especially in the morning, I feel like, in the bathroom. So I like these little framed mirrors. I think that's fun. It's pretty similar to what we have now. And then I really like the shower. I think, I mean, it's basic, it's your white, but I think it's pretty and spacious. It's bigger than our shower now. And then you guys, this actually is like, I was not expecting this. This walk-in master closet is huge, you guys. It is absolutely huge. So you get shelves over here. You get a very decent long hang area. It's bigger than what I have now for like all the dresses and everything. You get these, and then you guys, it still extends. I'm not kidding you. It extends about 3 feet on this wall back with hanging space. You could sneak in your suitcases in the back here. I think that would be such a life hack to hide them away, and then you just like don't see it when you come in here, but like get that extra storage space. And then I was thinking, you guys know me, I'm a planner, this would be the perfect area. I mean, we could even fit it in the bedroom, but you could put a full-length mirror here, which we have not had room for in our current place. And this is just the perfect spot for it because you can still open the door fully and you've still got room to see your outfit. If this is the closet we would get, I need to like make sure of that too, that it's like the same layout. I think that is honestly such a perk. Not that I even need this much space, but this is like the biggest closet I've ever seen in a rental ever. And then I also thought this was so nice because we have this right now, a separate, you know, door you can close for the toilet. And it's just nice when you're sharing a bathroom. For Jared, he would like to know that there's a ceiling fan in the bedroom because he loves a ceiling fan. Okay, now one thing that's weird that I don't know how to turn off. Wait, maybe it's right here. Is this it? Some fan going up here. I don't know if it's the heat or it's trying to actually cool us, but it's kind of loud. So I'm keeping that in mind because I don't, this whole closet, sorry you guys, this is probably really loud on camera, but I don't know how to turn that off and it's kind of weirding me out. I thought that it would be like right here, but then I guess that would probably be for that fan. We have our own laundry room, which I kind of love that it's upstairs because it's by all the bedrooms. I'm closing us in here because the fan is distracting, but comes with a washer and dryer. It's actually really spacious in here. You get a gorgeous shelf. And then on the other side, you get all these shelves. I do think this is like a great amount of space for the laundry room. Sorry, it's still kind of loud out here, but this is the, let's just close ourselves in here again so we don't have to listen to that. This is the upstairs bathroom. It's actually super spacious. You get, this is not even the master, and you get another double vanity sink. So I'm really, you guys, honestly, for the price, I feel like you do get a lot here. So while I'm not like necessarily obsessed with little things, I'm feeling like, you know what, there is a lot of really good things about this space that I actually am highly considering, but I don't think I can get past the yard thing. So I'm hoping that I could ask some questions to them about a more private yard and see if they have anything available, but I have a feeling it's gonna be out of budget if that is the case. So good amount of storage here, and then you have, you know, the toilet and an additional shower. Believe it or not, guys, there's still 2 more bedrooms. When I first came in here, this is the first room I went in, and for some reason I thought this was the master, and I was like, oh, it's nice, but it's not really gonna be big enough because this is like a queen bed. And then I was like, oh crap, like we're not gonna be able to fit our nightstands and everything, but this is literally just the 2nd bedroom, which we don't really have any qualifications for how big it needs to be. Here's the closet. It's like your standard renter closet. I think it's great. I actually think we would have a good amount of storage space here because we would have the 3 bedrooms with the closets and then whatever we have downstairs and in the laundry room, which is right there. So I actually think it would be more than enough storage. Here's a little more of this bedroom, but anyway, storage is something that is so important to me. Even if I am going to be somewhere temporarily, I need to have good storage. So I'm always looking at how big are the closets, how much can I fit in here, like all that kind of stuff. And then look how cute this room is, you guys. They have it all staged for like a little kid. And it's so cute. It is tiny, but honestly, I mean, it's actually really not that small. I don't even know what we would do with this many rooms, to be honest with you, like, because getting that loft, it would literally be like having 4 bedrooms. So I'm sure we would have fun doing it. It's the same exact closet. Look, you guys, it's literally like staged for a little girl's room. I can't get over it. It's so cute. Okay, honestly, guys, though, I think I need to get out of here. I've been in here for like 45 minutes. So I think that was everything. I am going to head out because I'm a little concerned that someone else is going to be here because it's a Saturday. And no, I actually need to leave. Okay guys, so popping in again because this moving vlog that you will see at some point in the future has truly just been all over the place. So I think the last time I recorded and we actually looked at a place was right around a month ago. I've lost track of time, maybe like 3 weeks ago. So this is I'm almost positive this is the 3rd place that we're looking at. I found it today and I don't want to get too excited about it, but I really liked it from the photos and it's the same price that we're paying here. So all I've seen is the listing and I did do a little bit of a 3D tour earlier, but we are about to go and look at it. And it's only 7 minutes away from our house right now, which I've been kind of like manifesting staying in this general area because I really like the area that we found here, and we haven't toured anything else or found really anything else that I've liked enough to want to tour it that has been in this general area. So I'm excited about that. I just kind of wanted to pop in because I feel like I haven't been doing many like updates because after the tours I've just been like getting in my car and driving off because I don't know, I feel like I didn't recap the last place, but that last place was kind of like we wanted to keep it in mind because it was like a whole neighborhood of townhomes as like a backup option, kind of like maybe like a number 2 option if we don't find something better. But I am feeling like we're gonna find something better and in a better area. We're gonna go and check this place out. All right, so just walking in through the door, there is actually, this was not even listed, this is a 3 bedroom, but there's like an additional office type room at the front of the house next to the door with no doors. But like I said, you could use it as an office. It has a whole window in here. So this is actually like a 4 bedroom for the price that we're paying now for our 2 bedroom. Just to keep that in mind, you guys. So the rooms are all carpeted, but the rest of the house is this really pretty light vinyl wood, which I absolutely love the color of this. I love a light wood, you guys know. Okay, so after that room, we have the main area. I feel like the lighting is not incredible right now. So again, we're touring at like 6 p.m. Yeah, the lighting is actually so bad. But just picture it, okay? Just picture it. There actually is a faux fireplace in here and this whole like accent wall in the living room, which is something that I've been low-key manifesting for our next place is a fireplace. We couldn't figure out how to turn it on There was no switch that turned it on, so I think that might be something that we need to inquire about. This is the whole like little living room area. That's the entryway. There's 2 other bedrooms that way, and then the master is over here, and then the yard. Okay, the light is finally a little bit less foul now. I'm gonna make one complaint that I don't like the light fixtures in the house, but it's very hard to get those what you would want in a rental. But I like pretty much everything else. Really spacious kitchen. It has one of those, I don't know how to explain this, free stoves, whatever this is called. Jared would know maybe. So much storage in the kitchen. Actually, I've never had an oven that was like separated from like not being directly under, and then the microwave. I feel like it just looks so elegant. And again, I love this paint color. I think it's really, really pretty. This is the kitchen island. Again, so much storage. These are all additional cabinets that we would have, which is crazy. And then this is like the little area with the window by the sink, which is kind of hard to see, but the dishwasher, and there's one of those like corner cabinets. And then you guys know, I'm a sucker for a pantry. I feel like I cannot go from having the pantry we have now to having nothing. You can tell it's kind of amazing. It's not quite as big as our one now, but I honestly think this is probably the best we are gonna be able to find. And there's so much room in the kitchen, like I said, that I actually feel really good about it. So that is the main area. Let's look at the backyard, which was cute in the photos. Oh my gosh. It is actually the biggest backyard I think that we've looked at so far. So we would have a full covered little patio area, which in addition to the yard, which would be such a perk. I am feeling pretty good about the yard so far, you guys. I really like the fence. It's very high, which privacy is very important to me. So I love that. Whenever we come to a tour, I try to like stand in the backyard and see what I can hear in terms of like neighbors, cars going by, all that kind of stuff, to just kind of see if I can get better lighting on me. Is that better? Just kind of get a general vibe. And so far it's pretty quiet, pretty peaceful. I do hear some cars for sure. We're kind of close-ish to, I wouldn't say like a really busy road, but more of a main road. So that's something to keep in mind. But I mean, look at all this space, you guys. I really like the house. I am feeling like, I don't know, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm kind of feeling like this might be the one. So then we have the master, which is pretty spacious. We need to start touring these places at like 1 p.m. when the sun's actually out, but just bear with me. We have the closet, which it looked better than in the photos. It's really, really long. It's gonna be hard to show you on the camera because it tries to like zoom in so much, but it's actually a really, I don't know why it's so hard to show you this on camera. I'm gonna stop complaining, but the closet even goes like back, all the way back past the door. Then we have a little sliding door to the master bath, which again has those same finishes, the same colors as the kitchen. I think it's really pretty. There's also a bathtub, which is something we have not found. We have a bathtub in our place right now, and there's a little mirror above it, which is always so nice. So the bathroom's a little more crowded probably than ours now, but I do really like the finishes. And then you have the toilet and shower, and the shower is actually pretty cute, and it's bigger than the one we have in our master right now. So far it's more space for the same price we're paying with the backyard. So I am just feeling all types of good ways about this house right now, honestly. Okay, leaving out of there, and then that was the pantry. Trying to give you guys a little, what's it called? Get all your bearings. We have like the whole other part of the house that actually has tons more storage. So Jared showed me this and was like, there's literally a second pantry. There is a whole ass other full walk-in storage closet, which is so crazy. You could use this for so many things, and you guys know my organizing brain would go absolutely crazy in there and how important storage is to me. So then we have one of the second bedrooms, whole sliding closet. I just kept them open so you guys could kind of like see the closets. They're very, very like, you know, your standard closet that you get in here, but I'm not going to complain about having more storage. And then you walk down this hall and you have tons more storage. This is an additional closet, which again, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what we'd put in here compared to the storage that we have now, but I'm sure I could find something. We have the laundry room, which is great. There's a whole bar for obviously like hanging your dried stuff. It comes with a washer and a dryer, which you guys know our last place did not. What else do we have? Oh, this is the garage. Go in there really quick. I'll just do a quick overview of the garage because it's your standard 2-car garage, although we think it's a little deeper than the one we have right now, so we could store more than our cars, which is always, again, such a perk. This is the second bathroom, which it's kind of rare to find a second bathroom that has a double vanity. It is like one of those short vanities, but again, more storage. I just feel like it makes it look bigger and nicer for guests. And then we have another shower. And lastly, we have our third bedroom. Here's the carpet situation. I don't think it's horrible. I've accepted that we're going to pretty much get carpet in 98% of the bedroom spaces in rentals. This is the second bedroom. Again, you guys, 3 to 4 bedrooms. I don't even know what we would do with this much space, but if it's literally the same price as we're paying for our house now, plus the yard, I'm like, why the heck not? Even if we just used one room like for storage purposes. I think I showed you guys everything. Let me know what you think. Definitely my favorite place that we've looked at, and I feel like it is such a good price. Another perk to this neighborhood, of course I've already done my research, is that this neighborhood also has a pool, which our neighborhood before did, and I was depressed about not having access to that anymore because we only got to go to the pool for like I don't even know if it was quite 3 months. July, August, it was not even 3 months. It was like less than 3 months from the time we moved in that we could even use it before it closed. So this neighborhood has a pool, and I believe it said it has walking paths. So we are going to go ahead and check that stuff out because you always want to get your bearings. It is new construction in this neighborhood, but all the houses around this are built. So hopefully it wouldn't be too loud. I'm feeling pretty good about this house. It's been about maybe a little over 2 weeks since we looked at that last house, and I can't remember if I updated you guys, but pretty much that house was almost everything we were looking for. We came home and gonna fill out an application. We agreed we wanted to apply for it, and then there was like a weird glitch, which actually ended up being a good thing, and we like couldn't fill out the application. So I was just like, okay, I'll call them the next day. So I called them the next day, and they were like, yeah, I'm so sorry, we already have like an approved application in, but like if anything changes, we'll give you a call. So we were just a little too slow to find that house, but it did give me hope that there's really good things out there in our price range and that we'll find something really similar. Cholula came with us this time to come look at another house. Co-pilot. Okay, I'm in the house, and it's echoey in here. I just want to start with that, but I really like a lot of things about this house. I feel like this house has a lot of things on our checklist. There's really only like 1 or 2 things that I'm a little bit like iffy about that I'll show you guys, but honestly, this house, I'm glad we came to check it out because I feel like it definitely has potential. All right, this is when you walk in. There's like a little, I don't know, almost like entryway wall over here. You could do something, and then there's a storage closet. This house has a ton of storage. Kitchen and living rooms up there. The master is also up there, and then there's 2 other bedrooms. So we'll start in these. Let's just go in this one first. Here's the first one, and this entire house also has the vinyl flooring, no carpets, which is something that is like a huge perk for me. So I'm really liking that. And these closets in the second bedroom are huge. Like they are a really good size. Double doors, and then it really goes like you get like an extra like 1.5 feet on each side of the shelf and the bar. Okay, there's the other bedroom, and then we'll quickly go in. So this is the second bathroom, and it's a little bit like, let's just start by saying it's a little bit like basic gray, white. Like this house does not have a lot of personality. What I do really like about it is it has a lot of space, and the backyard is pretty spacious too. So I'm just gonna start by saying the number one thing I don't like about this house is the countertops. They're in the kitchen too, they're all around. I just don't love this style. I think it's cheap looking, but I was telling Jared, I was like, I wonder if I could overlook that, because obviously this is a temporary place and there is a lot of great things about this house. So I'm deciding if I'm gonna be able to overlook that. But we do have a double vanity, and this is the second bathroom. A little storage closet. It's tiny, but I'm not gonna complain about having all of this linen storage. That would be incredible. Toilets over there. There's even a little window. The blinds have gotta go in here. I feel like the blinds are so bad. I would probably remove like almost all of them. And then we have your basic shower, which obviously needs a little curtain, but love to see it. Okay, let's go in the other bedroom. Here she is. Pretty good size. Again, I love that there's no carpet in the bedrooms. That's something that's a really big perk for me. I'm not gonna open the closet just because it's the same exact one you guys saw in that last bedroom, but huge, so much space. And I feel like the house has decent light. It's okay. Okay, we have another storage closet. There's, like I said, so much storage in here. This is more of just like a coat closet, you know? So then you have this entryway, and we'll go over here in a second. This is laundry and garage. Actually, maybe we should just do it now. That's HVAC. And then it's actually great for us because they don't have a washer and dryer here, which we don't need because we actually had to buy our own for the last house. It does have a bar, which is great for hanging, and some storage. I wish there was a cabinet in here, but I could always do something here in the corner. And I love that there's a door to close it because it gets loud. So that's great. This is the garage right next to it. It is your standard 2-car garage. Almost every single house we've looked at has a 2-car garage. This one is like about the exact same size as we have now. Now let's get to the fun parts. Kitchen, backyard. Okay, here's the kitchen. So I do want to start off with the positives, because I think this is a really spacious kitchen. I love the island. I love that there's a pantry. You get a whole extra section of storage over here that we do not have. I like the white subway tiles in the back. I hate the countertops. I wish they had just done all white, or even I would prefer like a solid gray or black, but I'm trying to look past it. I wish they went with black hardware too, but listen, it's not our forever home. There is a pantry with, guys, there's a pretty good amount of room in here. I feel like I could definitely make this work. This is bigger than we're seeing a lot of the other pantries we've been looking at, so I have to keep that in mind. Okay, lighting is weird, but you have, this is probably like the little dining area over here. Backyard, living room vibes. There's a ceiling fan, there's a lot of windows, light's a little weird. This would probably be the TV wall, and where I am at right now would probably be like where we would put the couch. Again, I feel like this house doesn't have a lot of personality, but I really do feel like I could add a lot of cuteness to it. She's giving a little basic with the colors, specifically the gray. I'm not a huge fan of gray and silvers in homes, but I'm trying to look past it because I do love a lot of things about this house. The light is not on in here, but this is the master bedroom. I will say it's a little small for a master. It feels weirdly small. It's probably the same size as our bedroom now, but I don't know why it just feels small. And then, but this is our master bathroom. It actually is like very large. You get a lot of space, full-size drawers, love it. Again, feeling a little cheap with the colors, but this is the color palette that they went with. Shower, it's like a sliding door shower. I think it's fine. You get a storage linen closet right here, which actually has a ton of room. I love that. And then the closet is actually massive too. There's no like built-in shelves or anything, but I think we wouldn't necessarily need that. I wish there was like short racks for hanging like shorter things like pants and stuff, but I think I could get creative. I mean, honestly, the closet is massive. Like, it is huge. And again, there's no carpet in here. It is truly craziness. That was the master bathroom. This cheap curtain rod has got to go, but we have our little sliding door, and the backyard is super, super cute. We've already been out here. Look how big it is, you guys. And it's so quiet out here. It's so freaking pretty. There's no next door neighbor right here. There's like another house, the front of another house, and then there's also no direct next door neighbor. It's like separated by like 15 feet or something, which is kind of crazy. And there is a farm there, so comment down below if you think that that's a bad idea. Okay, and then we actually do get a covered little patio area, which is something that we are really looking for. It's not one of my non-negotiables with the backyard. Actually having grass and having it be spacious is my number one non-negotiable, especially in the heat of the summer. This would just be so nice. So I think it's really cute. There is a farm behind the backyard, so I'm trying to decide how I feel about that. There is fluffy cows, which is obviously like a great sight to see. I'm just wondering, it could be potentially bad living right next to a farm with our fence. It could be loud, it could be stinky. So that is something that I'm like, ooh, at least like the backyard is very quaint for that reason. We wouldn't have any next door neighbors that are super close, like as it would be in a normal neighborhood, but there is a farm. I will say it's small. It looks like a family house and just a little farm, but I would literally get to have cows in my backyard, so maybe it would be a good thing. Okay, that was it. I think I showed you guys everything. Jared's been patiently waiting with Cholula in the car because we did bring him. I just felt bad leaving him today, and he honestly kind of doesn't mind being in the car, so Jared's been hanging out with him for like 20 minutes while I filmed this, because I'm also filming all of this stuff for short form, so it takes me like 30, honestly like 45 minutes in the houses to film everything. But let me know what you guys think about this house. I mean, obviously by the time I upload this, I'll know if we applied for it or not. And the yard, I do feel like it has a lot of what we're looking for. So I'm gonna talk to Jared about it, but we might be applying for this house. I don't know, I'm not sure yet, but I really liked this house. I feel like this had a lot of good vibes. We've been looking at places for the past 3 months. We've probably toured now like at least 6 places, I would say. And we have some more tours lined up, and we have not found anything that, well, we found one house we wanted to apply for, which you guys will see, but that house ended up not working out because we were too slow and somebody already had applied before us and like, you know, already gotten their application approved. So that was a little depressing, but of course I've still been holding out hope. So we've kind of just been like taking it slow because we have, you know, until the end of May that we like still have our lease here. I am so excited right now. This is the day I've been waiting for about 2 months now. This house actually came on my radar in early March. It basically got posted not even to Zillow or any of the like rental websites. It was only posted on the property management company's website, and I actually found it because I was looking at another property that they had listed back in March, and then I just scrolled through some of their listings, and this one was actually coming soon. Today it is May 8th, and we have been dying to tour this house. So this house we actually already applied. I've told you guys about it in a couple past videos. We've been waiting to tour it. We got our application approved. We're the first people to go in and see it, and we had just been waiting because they didn't want us to tour it with the tenants. The tenants were in there until April 30th, so they moved out about a week ago, and then they wanted 10 days to clean and do maintenance. I don't want to talk it up too much because I've been really anxious and like excited, but also a little anxious to see it because we're honestly like pretty much holding out for this house at this point. And from the photos, from the location, we've driven by the house and seen the front of it, but of course you just never know until you're in a place. So when I initially found it, they had the address and they had photos of it, and I instantly was like, this house, like this could be the house. But the thing was, they didn't have the price listed. So they were, I guess, like deciding how much they were going to rent it out for, but hadn't posted the price on the website. So I've been calling about this house for the past couple months now, ever since I found it, because I knew it was a gem that was going to go fast. So I ended up calling back whenever I found it and asked them when they would know what the price was going to be. And they said it was going to be like another week or two. So I kept checking back on the website. I told Jared about the house. He was like, I don't want to see photos of it unless it's in our budget, because I know I'm going to like get excited about it. Just from the area of it, he knew that he was probably gonna like the house. So we thought from the square footage, the area, and just the photos and everything, that the house was definitely going to be out of our price range. I was pretty sure it was going to be like at least 100 or a few hundred more than the top of our budget. They listed the price and it was within our budget. It's actually cheaper than our house now, which, just to compare, our house now is a 2-bedroom with just a tiny side yard. This house is a 3-bedroom with a full fenced backyard. It's a little bit older than this house. It's not a new build, which is completely fine. And the other thing I'll say about it is Jared ended up talking to them on the phone today, because I was getting my hair done when they called to tell us that we could go tour it. And they told Jared that they're almost done cleaning, but they still have a few touch-ups to do, but they wanted to get us in to tour it because there's just been such a long wait on this house, and we've been a little bit anxious about it because this is really the only house that we've been holding out for, and we have to be out by May 31st. So it's kind of at the point where it's like this house or panic and try and find something in the next 3-ish weeks. So you can probably tell that I'm a little nervous and I've been a little bit stressed over it. We applied over a month ago and I've been talking about it in my vlogs ever since then, and people have been asking for updates and I have not been able to give any updates because we have not been able to tour it until today. Today, May 8th, is the lucky day. It's about 6:30 p.m. They said that we could tour it by ourselves, so I'm gonna be up in there with my camera. We don't have to have someone take us around, which is really nice because we can really take our time and really envision it. And I'm trying to remind myself to keep an open mind with this house too, because I'm sorry, I'm talking about it again. Please fast forward if you're over me talking. I'm going to try and keep the most open mind possible with this house because we're pretty set on it as far as you can be, and I have to also remind myself how many things that drew me to this house: the price, the backyard, and the area. So all of those things are super, super high up. That other things might be a little bit like, let's just say, storage space and newness, and having it be like perfectly how I like, kind of like this house vibes. Like when I moved in here, I was like, that's like my perfect house, you know, other than not having like the full fenced in backyard. But I'm just trying to remind myself of that, like, and the fact that it's a 3-bedroom. I'm trying to remind myself also that this is not our forever home. It's just going to be a year or a couple years of our life. So with that being said, I think I'm done rambling about the house now. Let's go. I'm starting at the front door because I want you guys to get the vibe. It's a little yellowy. We're gonna try to work on it in editing. You have all hardwoods in the main section. You have a little like entryway, and then you have the living room with the fireplace, these high ceilings, and then we have the backyard, which I'm like, should we just go out there first? Let's just start on the amazing high notes of the house. The fireplace, first of all, it's so cute. It actually looks different than the photos, but I don't mind the black and white. It's a little bit different and fun, you know, the tiling they did, and to just even have a fireplace and a mantle is going to be such a game changer in here. And here's the rest of the living room that's where we came in, by the way. I have that closet open, but let's see the glorious yard. This was probably the top thing that sold both of us on this house, was the massive fenced backyard. It is truly a dream, you guys. I'm walking on the patio, and then look, you guys, it's huge. There's a shed for us to store stuff, and Jared to put whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants with the shed. It'll be so good for storage. The yard, they like mowed the yard for us too, or the tenants did it right before they moved out, which was amazing. I guess I'll show you guys the shed. It's obviously kind of dark in here, but it is actually like kind of nice. I thought it was going to be a little bit like, I don't know, more decrepit looking because it's a shed. It's kind of nice. Oh my god, there is a spider web on me though. Love the shed. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. And here is the backyard. There's a gorgeous tree right here. Think of all the running and room Cholula will have back here, you guys. We have the patio space, which is mostly covered, which is so great. And then there's like a little extended spot right here. And then there's also a corner over here. It's a little bit slanted, so that's the only thing, but you could put like the grills over here or have some different little area. Let me know what you guys think would be cool to put in this little side area over here. And here is the patio. It's really spacious, and the yard is truly a dream. Like, look at this tree, you guys. I've never had a backyard with my own tree. We already have ideas in mind for like touch-ups that we want to do to the house, like fixing the paint on the fence a little bit, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. The man is exploring. All right, let's go back inside. We're back inside. This is the dining area. It's got a nice window, which is very like protected by this tree. And this also has like a little bench over here, which I'm sure Cholula will have a great time jumping up here and barking out the window because he can't really do that at our current place. I'm not obsessed with the light fixture, but these are things that we can look past, people, okay? I'm loving the high ceilings. I'm loving the vibe. We also have to decide what we're gonna put up here. Like, your mom had one of these. Guys, what should we put up there? Maybe like some tall vases with some fake foliage or something. Okay, we have the kitchen. Now, this is one of the things that I was very unsure about in the photos, and I like it more in person. It's kind of like a raw stone part of the island. It's only on this side though. There's cabinets on the other side, and the kitchen is, I was gonna say white, but it's like cream colored. I love the kitchen, honestly. From the photos, I knew I was gonna love the kitchen. It was a question of the pantry, which is my biggest disappointment, but we'll get to that. I do love the countertops. They look classy, honey. Okay, we do have a good amount of storage in the kitchen, so much more than we have now. It's a little bit like older than ours. You can kind of tell. One thing I will tell you guys that I'm like so upset about is, it's just a little thing, but they lined every single one of the drawers. This is something we cannot see in the photos. And obviously it's not something that you can even see unless you open it and you're like obsessive like me. But I told Jared my first project, because I hate this, my first project will be just getting some sort of a lining that matches the cabinet instead, so it just looks like normal, but we can still protect it. And, you know, hopefully we can remove them if we move out. They did it on every single cabinet. Obviously it's just like a renter thing to protect it. I just kind of think it's a really ugly, like, I think it makes it look cheap. But, you know, that is something that you can easily fix. And we have like these beautiful cabinets, and even just like the normal ones, they have a little bit of personality. You know what I'm saying? We would get this type of a cabinet. It's one of like the Lazy Susan. I don't know if that's what you call it, if it's a cabinet, but the turning ones for our appliances, which would be super nice because we're not going to have room to put our appliances in the pantry, which we'll get to in a moment. I'm really happy with the appliances. They're all like modern and they're all updated, and there is so much storage in here, so I'm very happy with all of that. So you can see the island is like different on this side. I personally would have liked if they just did that all around it, but I did not design this home, so it's neutral, it's fine, and we get more storage here, which is great. These cabinets are super deep, so again, like, doesn't it just make it look cheap, you guys? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think they could have gone with like a solid white. More storage over here. There's a ton of drawers, so I'm really excited about that. It's a little bit more, obviously you can tell it's not quite as like modern as our kitchen now, but I do think it's still really pretty, especially for the price of this house. It's got some character, Jared said. All right, now let's just get to the depression, because let's just get it over with. You guys know what a dream our pantry has been at the current house. Now I will say that they said this was a walk-in pantry, okay? It is not. There was no photos of it, and I was holding out hope that it was gonna be like a square, like that big, and you could actually walk into it. Nope, it is absolutely not a walk-in pantry. I mean, is this what they mean by walk-in? That a baby could fit their feet right there? It's not. So the depressing thing about this is it doesn't even give you like full shelves. And they freaking lined the shelves again, which again, I will be putting something over that, to be honest with you. But you don't even get a full shelf. So how do you even fit like baskets evenly? You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to get really creative. I'm already envisioning like basket, something in the back that I can like reach without pulling out the basket. So loading on that. And then like a turntable. I think I'm just gonna have to do turntables in all these corners, which totally can work. Y'all know I'm gonna work my magic, and there is room for a backup pantry, which I will show you. So, I mean, these people, you could tell the renters before they had to put something on the back. We're gonna have to put something on the back of the door. I'm gonna get extremely creative. That'll be a whole video, so stay tuned for that. The fridge is really nice. It's a lot bigger than our fridge now, which is incredible, and everything's pretty clean. Like, they did clean it really well for us. I know I said I wasn't sure how clean everything was gonna be, but they did a good job. And there's a window above the sink. There's like a garbage disposal and everything, right? Yeah. I want to take out the blinds. I already told Jared that. There's so many more beautiful things in this house, so let's go. By the front door, we do have the first of many storage closets. So this is, you know, a traditional coat closet, but I was telling Jared, I was like, I feel like this needs to be the backup pantry. Of course, we could like store stuff that's not perishable in the garage as well, but I feel like maybe I would just put in a shelving system, and just since it's so close to the pantry. Also, I do have a little bit of self-tanned hands, so don't drag me, okay? They don't look that bad in person. They look worse on camera. Maybe we could put in a shelving unit here, or even like in half of the closet. I don't know. Basic storage closet, but you know, obviously I'm happy to have it. We do have like the high ceilings continue. I love this little lamp. You guys know I've been really into my little cozy lighting lately, so I love that this place has a bunch of cute little cozy lighting. You'll see we do have another storage closet. This is outside the master bedroom. So this one, I was wondering if it was like a linen closet, but the only thing is it's super shallow. Like, look how, and of course they lined it. But Jared was saying this could maybe be backup pantry vibes too, but I was thinking like it might be a little, the cabinets might be a little short, but we'll see. Maybe this one makes more sense because it kind of looks more pantry like. So that could potentially work, because linens, they would struggle a little bit to even fit in there. But there is so many closets in here in this house. Better than I thought, because I couldn't see any of the closets from the photos, so it was all a surprise. Okay, this is the master bedroom. She is pretty cute. It's pretty big. We think it's a little bit bigger than our bedroom right now. And there's a fan. There's beautiful natural light that I'm sure will come in from the yard. And then I'm guessing this wall is where we'll put like our dresser and TV and maybe Cholula's crate in the corner over here. Now let's go to the master bathroom. This is one of my favorite parts of the entire house. They did a slided door, so they definitely redid these. Okay, this is the master bathroom. I think it's so cute. I love the cozy lighting and the vanity that they chose in here. I just think it's so different, and it's giving like French countryside. I love the floors in here too. And the shower is probably, I don't know, the shower might be my favorite part. I don't know if I like the vanity or the shower more. It's so pretty. It's a really big shower. It has a little corner bench, and it's just absolutely gorgeous, and it's so clean. Very nice shower. Jared was saying that this was really funny to him because there's like the standard, you know, toilet room. There's another sliding door, which is great. We love a toilet room. You guys already know I've talked about that. But then you get this room slash closet, but it's completely empty. So, you know, I'm guessing you just put a shelving unit in here, and then you could do linens. I was thinking, yeah, just like probably my baskets that I already have could go on just like a basic shelf in here. But I mean, you could really get creative with it. So let me know what you guys think. It closes itself off, so it doesn't have to be super tidy, but Probably linens, I'm thinking, makes sense in there. I do really love this vanity though. I think it's such a fun shape. Like I've never, in a rental, you don't really see stuff like this. So I like that it has character. And both of the bathrooms, there's 2 bathrooms and they both have a skylight, which will be good for filming because I never have good lighting in the bathroom. Now we have the master closet, which again, I did not see any photos of this, and it's better than I could have imagined. It's very spacious. Tons of hanging room, a shelf up top. There's a really long hang section, like the longest I've ever seen. It's made for tall people. And then there's built-in shelves. This is perfect because we already have baskets. I feel like it'll be so easy to do the closet compared to my feet. Just the space in here. It's definitely bigger than our current closet, and it does have its own separate door, which I kind of love that too. We don't have that right now. So if you have a bunch of laundry in here, if you're packing for a trip, you can just close it off. And let's go to the other 2 bedrooms. Actually, let's go to the laundry room. We have this hallway, but let's go to the laundry room first, which is off the garage, but it does have its own separate door that you can close off, which is very important to me because a lot of times our laundry room is just messy with clothes that need to be put away. It's kind of funny because in the photos, there definitely was a washer and dryer, but if you guys know, we had to buy our own for moving into our last rental. So we already have a washer and dryer, thank God, because they don't have one here. But it is super cute. There's a little counter space, which is so nice. A bar, which I couldn't ask for anything more for hanging clothes. It's like bigger than the one I have right now. And a cabinet. Obsessed with the laundry room, and I love that they carried the hardwood throughout here because in the bedrooms it is carpet. Obviously, we got to take a peek at the garage. Jared was really happy with the garage. We also did not see any of this in the photos. It was not pictured. So it looks kind of bleh from just obviously being on camera, like they don't have the walls painted. But if you really look, there is so much freaking storage in this garage. They have multiple shelves. They have overhang shelves that you can put like camping stuff. You could put totes. You could put Christmas stuff. It is amazing. We always see these at work and people literally get them installed. So the fact that this rental comes with them is crazy. Jared was freaking out because there is a workbench and it's got storage. That's just a door to get to the side yard where we would just like put our trash. But yeah, Jared was very excited about this because we don't have anything like this right now. And there is even like an outdoor sink out here, which is crazy. And then there's more freaking shelves. There's another overhead shelf and there is these shelves, which we can obviously stack so much of our stuff. And then we have our own garage shelf, which we'll put right here and be able to fit both of our cars right where I'm standing. So the garage gets like an A+ for me. Let's go back in and finish up the rest of the tour. All right, we have the second bathroom. I honestly think the bathrooms in the house are some of my favorite parts. They did definitely redo both of them. I love this vanity. This is the second bath. We could do like some baskets down here. I was thinking it would be fun to bring in a little bit of color and do some baskets with like some extra storage because these are pretty tiny, but it is just the second bathroom. And thank God they didn't line the bathroom drawers. Like I have peace in my heart knowing that. It's kind of like a farmhouse style sink, which you don't really like see that often in a bathroom. I feel like it's a pretty spacious second bath. And again, we could not tell this from the photos. I just thought this was a normal shower, but it actually is a bathtub. So I didn't know I was gonna get to keep my bathtub. This one's obviously not quite as gorge as the current one we have, but it's gonna be amazing to have. I love a bath. You guys know I take baths like at least once or a few times a month. So I'm very excited about that. And of course we can just close it off with a cute shower curtain because it is a little bit like, this part isn't necessarily super cute, but we'll probably never shower in here anyway. And there's another skylight. Check it out. And let's finish off. There's 2 extra bedrooms. So this is the smaller one, which will probably do some sort of an office vibe. I actually don't know what we're gonna do in here. Again, I want to remove all the blinds and do curtains. I hate renter blinds, but obviously that's like standard that it would come with that. So it's not a complaint. It's more of just like, can you see the vision? Okay. Can you see Lindsey's vision of, I actually don't know what this is gonna be yet, what this room is gonna be, but probably an office. I already opened all the closets just so I wouldn't have to do it on camera, but this one is great. I'm so excited to have so much closet storage. It's crazy, like 3 bedrooms of closet storage is more than we've had in a while, so it's beautiful. They did line the shelves in here again, which I'm like, could you just give a woman a moment? Like, why? And then the last bedroom, this one's a little bit bigger, so window to the backyard. Very spacious in here. Jared was just saying he probably would want to do like his bookshelves, and he could even probably add on another one than he has right now. And then I'm guessing we would put our day bed, which pulls out, it's like a twin, but it pulls out into a king size for guests, or 2 twins if you want to have them separate. I love our day bed. I'll have to show you guys how that ends up looking in here. And of course we have the last closet, which I like how they're all different. This one, I mean, it does have shelves, but they're like different than the other one. So much storage space. Like, why couldn't they just have shown us this in the pictures? But very happy with all the closet space. That was the house, you guys. I have you sitting inside a kitchen cabinet, which is just it's such a throwback because I've done this in multiple of my house tours over the years. But yeah, I honestly, after like looking through it a few times and really getting a feel for things, and like knowing that the things I would want to change are very small, minor things other than the pantry, but I can get past it. Okay, I'm taking it all in that I thought it was gonna be a walk-in. Okay, that's like why it's hard, is because I had an expectation. I do really like the house. I already told you guys, it's a great price. It's a little bit older than a current house now, but I really don't care. I think it's so worth it for the yard, the fireplace, and the storage space, and the location. The location is a little bit more central than where we've been living. So there is a lot of perks. There's a lot of pros to our house now, like having the pool, and it's more modern, but there's a lot of perks to this house as well in terms of the price, the area, and like it is more space for less money. So I'm trying to remind myself of that. But let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know if you thought that I was going to pick a house like this, or if you thought I was definitely going to go with more of a newer build like we've had. I'm trying something new and I feel like it's going to be good. I had a little moment on the way here. We passed by the place that Jared and I first met. Yeah, we just passed by the first place we met, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's just, I don't know, I was just having a full circle moment in the car. Let me know if you have any ideas for what I could do with the pantry or the backup pantry, if you have any input on that. I'm so happy we finally got to see it, and now I'm just like gonna move into the mode of how can I organize, and of course like actual moving, because we have about 20 days until we want to hopefully move in. We have to actually confirm a move-in date with them, and 23 days until our lease ends. So it's gonna be a little bit rushed. I'm also going out of town for almost a week to see my niece. I'm just rambling now. So thank you guys for watching. That concludes the tours. This was, I'm not sure, I'll put in whatever number this was that we toured, because I'm not sure how many places we ended up touring, but I'm only probably gonna put in like, I think 4 or 5 tours this time. And I know we probably toured closer to 6 or 7, but I'm keeping it a little bit briefer this year. So this is definitely the last one. I guess we're gonna tell them that we're moving in, so it doesn't quite feel real yet, but I'm super excited. Sorry that it's been super echoey in this clip. And we're gonna go have Five Guys for dinner, because treat yourself, honey. We gotta celebrate. It's been like 4 or 5 days since we last toured the house. We went ahead and signed our lease. We were the first people that got to see the house, so that was really great. We got the house secured. We are gonna be moving in on May 28th. So I think it's 2 weeks and 1 day from today. I'm recording this on Tuesday the 13th. So it's coming up. I'm getting excited, but I'm also a little bit stressed because we just have a lot going on this month. But I will share more in my next vlog. My next vlog, we're gonna be kind of starting to go through the house, do some decluttering, organizing, and of course, start packing things up. So let me know. You can comment down below if there's anything specific you want to see in the next few moving vlogs, things that you really just enjoy seeing throughout this process. I would love to know. And I hope you guys enjoyed this very lengthy touring houses with us vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in the next moving vlog. Bye, guys.